The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views or ideas of the staff or management of KWSH or the 110 Broadcast Group.
This Stone Go Seminole. Not to be confused with the tornado sirens we heard last night. But
I'm scared. Scared me again.
Delaney's kind of shell-shocked over here from last night, I think. My name is Jeremy FULTZ, and welcome to the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma radio program. I am going to be your tour guide for the next 30 minutes, bobbing and weaving left and right, trying to avoid Hodoli tacos and Delaney PENNOCK, I guess.
That's pretty scary.
Beside me, my partner in crime, and Hisidos, Mr. Delaney.
It's Jay.
Delaney, tell everyone about your storm chasing experience yesterday.
Oh, nakonagaji. Chimoji doe. So, nisliyeji Hodoli taco. Pumalage. Hijichigo na anchogo timbin aftos. So, I siege it. So I was chasing it. I siege it off the way. Amazing. Anchogo yofoge out. Ahoji dot amadami fikonagit ahoji dot ahijit falotkit othleen so fikonayit ishfagit lapkosin inladagit so chabingali man mahidos so but yeah there was a tornado tornado came down by my house and I stopped and looked at the clouds and it was really spinning so I stopped, turned around. I had my IFAs at the house, too. I was going to try to save them, but I think, my life's a little bit more important. So I turned around and just had to get out of there. Yeah, it was about a mile south of my house, maybe.
Wow.
But yeah, it was.
And so scary. Seminole did not come unscathed, though. There's some damage on the south side of Seminole.
Yeah.
We saw Varnum schools get hit by lightning, and so there's some outages that way. So we hope everyone stayed safe yesterday, and we hope everyone can rebuild if they had any kind of damages like that. So our thoughts and prayers are with all y'all and moving forward. So this weekend, Delaney, it was a big weekend. We ended up going and hosting the live stream for the Enoch Kelly Haney Memorial Service. That was a all-day memorial service, and, got to see a few friends. You hate to see all your friends and family at an event like that, because, you would like to see everyone doing well, but, unfortunately, when people pass away, it seems like it's a large family reunion sometimes, and so did that. What else did you do this weekend?
That was about it. Just stayed around Seminole, so nothing crazy.
Good deal. Well, we have a few guests in the studio today. We're going to kind of get right to it. But before we do that, the 4th and 8th Sundays this weekend is going to be May the 8th. And so, like we've been saying every week since we've started doing this again, some of these churches may or may not be having their church meetings, but due to the schedules that we have, they're scheduled to, but, COVID sometimes causes other plans. And so the churches this week in the MSW Association scheduled to have services: Butler Creek, Cedar Creek, Eufaula, Grave Creek, Greenleaf, Hidgety, Nuyaka, Randall Mission, Sand Creek, Sand Springs, Tallahassee, Thawathley, Tukbafka, Tugabuchi, Tuskegee, and Wewoka Indian Baptist. And real quick, for Wewoka Indian Baptist, I believe they're having a revival starting, let me find that text here, that revival at Wewoka Indian Baptist Church, 1514 South Indian Road in Wewoka, Oklahoma. That's going to start Wednesday, go Thursday, and also Friday starting at 7 p.m. Refreshments will be served after the service, and they're welcoming and wanting everyone to come on out. Again, that's going to be May 4th, 5th, and 6th. But like we always usually do, every week we talk about the ones who've started their journey and just want to remember their families during that time. And at this moment, we're going to go ahead and pause for our weekly moment of silence. Mado. And so getting into our government news, today we have a couple guests joining us in the studio. We have, first of all, Assistant Chief Brian Thomas Palmer. Assistant Chief, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
Come on, get closer in.
I'm doing well. I survived unscathed. So
you had some stories from last night too, didn't you?
A little bit. Had a lot of programs reach out to me, worried about their program and their offices. More than they were worried about me, so I appreciate their dedication to their jobs. But I'm okay, everybody. So thank you.
I got home last night because there's a front coming into Oklahoma City, and I was trying to beat that front, and with all the rain and wind and everything, and so I'm trying to get home, and I can see it coming through, and I can see it on the radar coming through, and so as soon as I pulled into the house, the wind and all the rain and the hail started coming down. I think I stressed out so much about trying to get home, I fell asleep as soon as I got home. And so when I woke up, all I heard was, Seminole, take cover, Seminole. And I was like, Seminole, kind of woke me up. And I looked up, first thing I did, I texted Delaney. I was like, hey, do you got a heads up? And he's like, yeah, I see it. And so then the next thing I noticed that I started seeing Nicosuke Mission on the TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, it's probably pretty close. And so
when I saw the diabetes center, I was like, well, I guess it's coming. You just hope you're prepared. But yeah, I'm glad everybody was safe. I don't believe there was any loss of life, and that's the main thing at the end of the day.
Yep. And then also sitting next to the Assistant Chief is Miss Summer Jennings, and she is an enrolled tribal member of Seminole Nation of Oklahoma and a member of the Environmental Health Services. And what do we want to do first, Chief? Do we want to go over the EPA well stuff, or we want to go over some general information from the nation?
Let's let Miss Summer. I believe this is the first time she's been on the radio show. So
everyone keeps saying that, but I swear she's been on the radio show before. This is really your first time?
This is really my first time.
Oh,
yes.
So Summer so conveniently wrote out a whole bio for us to read on the air. And so I'm going to actually read the whole thing. Summer Jennings is an enrolled member of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma and is a member of the Tazagaya Harjo Band. She graduated from East Central University with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Environmental Health Sciences and is registered with the state of Oklahoma as a professional environmental health specialist. Summer has been with the Environmental Health Services and Sanitation Facilities construction program for 2 years. So help me in welcoming Miss Summer Jennings for the first time, that she says the first time on the radio show. So welcome, Miss Summer. Hello.
Thanks
for coming in. So some big news. We saw you at the General Council meeting a couple weeks ago. Is your appearance on today's radio show part of what was going on at the council meeting?
I believe so, yes.
So tell us about it. What's going on in the nation?
Well, so we have an ARPA-funded project for our tribal members for water well and septic unit services, which is just an extension of what our program was already funded to do, but now we're able to go in and do the little things that our regular funding didn't allow us to do before, and now we'll be able to reach further. This project will allow us to go for the state of Oklahoma and do things that we couldn't before. So we'll fill in some gaps, reach more people. It's going to be great. We're really excited.
So if I'm out there listening in radio country and I hear this announcement, what kind of need would I need to have to call you guys? Do I need to have do I need a need for water? Is my water cut off? Like, kind of tell us what some of the parameters are.
Yes. So if you are out there and you have a need for water services, you have a water well and it's not working properly, or it's old and outdated, or you think your water quality is not what it should be, you can reach out to us, give us a call. We have an ARPA portion of our ARPA services on the Seminole Nation website. We have an application on that page, on the ARPA services page. It's the ARPA sanitation facilities link on the ARPA services tab, and you can go on there, fill out an application. There's also some guidelines and homeowners' responsibilities listed on there for you to look at and read. And then also, if you have problems with your septic system and you feel like your septic system is out of date, or if you need your septic tank pumped, go on there, fill out an application, or call us. And services are not guaranteed, but we will come look and see if we can help you out with anything.
So if someone's septic is constantly getting clogged, it might be a good idea to give you guys a call.
Call us.
Yay, that's a good idea. You know, I lived in the country and we had our own septic, and man, you know, if you don't treat those things right, they don't treat you right.
That's very true. Maintenance is key.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So, and we hope to educate and provide training and on maintenance on these systems to help our tribal members learn how to take care of them and provide that maintenance, so that way our systems are not failing within 2 to 3 years of installation or rehabilitation as well. We hope to incorporate that.
And so what is the service area? I think you just mentioned it a few minutes ago, but...
Yes, so for the ARPA project, we will be able to cover the state of Oklahoma.
State of Oklahoma. So
Yes.
if you're in need of water, water well seems maybe just isn't doing what it should.
Yes.
You also mentioned water quality.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So if you think that your water tastes funny, smells funny, there may not be anything we can do, but then there just might be something we can do. We can do water softening systems now with this, under this ARPA project, which helps with mineral deposits such as iron, which will make your water very hard. Sometimes that's just the taste of the water in Oklahoma, but there may be something, so I would definitely recommend to fill out an application or call us.
You know, I have long hair and I appreciate soft water. Hard water just damages my ends and it makes it real rough, and I have to use so much conditioner, but when you soften up that water, it sure does help. Yeah. So what, you have that issue too, don't you, Assistant Chief?
I do. But one area of the ARPA regulations is for infrastructure for water. And so we looked at that guideline and developed this as part of direct assistance to our tribal members. You know, these water systems are very expensive, whether it's remediation or a new drill, a new project. They can cost, you know, upwards of $20,000. And so who has that, you know, at their disposal? And so this is just another way for us to provide a service in a response to the COVID pandemic, to where homeowners haven't been allowed to have the funds to reinvest in their homes because of inflation, because of rising cost. And so this just earmarks that money for that project to fill that gap in for tribal members that just aren't able to afford that. One thing this will allow is if you have an older home that at this point a rural water system has been developed and now it's available, you can be put on that rural water system.
Yes.
and taken off a well. That way you have a longer lasting system. So that's one area that there's some older homes in the system, in our jurisdiction and outside that will qualify for that, which is going to last and provide longer service than a traditional residential water well.
And just so people know, if you go to the SNO-NSN.gov website, and if you look at the headings, there's a heading that says SNO ARPA, ARPA, and that is the ARPA Sanitation Facilities Services tab. And it'll tell you how to apply, how to download the agreement, the application, and there's also a phone number and an email there. Or I don't see a phone number. Oh, yeah, there is a phone number, 405-257-7213. And what else? What are some of the other highlights that you'd like to talk about, Summer? Did we touch them all?
I feel like we may have touched them all. Just that this project is really just an extension of the services our program already provided. We'll be able to just do more things with it and reach more people, and we're really excited to be able to do that.
That's good. Always need that water and good sanitation. So.
Yes.
Good deal. Good deal. All right, Summer, you did a great job for your first time. We heard reports that Summer was really nervous coming on, but I couldn't tell at all. I thought you did a fabulous job.
So I hid it well then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there was no shakiness in the voice. Like Delaney already ran out of the studio when he heard the emergency alert go off, and so if we can find Delaney anywhere, we might let him know it's okay to come back to the studio. Kind of shell shocked still from last night, but all right. Anything else? We good?
We're good.
All right. Good deal.
Sure.
She's ready to run.
Thank you guys for having me today.
Good job. Thanks for coming on today. And then again, Summer, if they need to get in contact with you, they can get in contact with you through the website and the phone numbers that we listed. Again, 405-257-7213. If you guys have any questions regarding the water well or sanitations or water softening systems, septics, all that stuff that they can help with. So, and now I'm on with Assistant Chief Palmer. Assistant Chief, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well.
A lot of things going on.
BCR has announced and they're available for purchase the new domestic violence vehicle tags. A portion of that will be donated to the domestic violence program. So that's exciting news. They're a really beautiful tag. I think anybody that would display that, it just helps bring awareness and promotes the program. And
I heard some rumors that a certain someone was getting like the second tag off the roll there.
No rumors, sir. No. Yes, I did. I did purchase the second one. I wanted to support that program. I did wait in line a couple years ago to get the first band tag for my band, so I'm repping number one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So. But it is a good program, and it's a needed program. And proud to say that our domestic violence department and program, they have continued to expand and receive more funding, and they're working in close proximity with the court, and they have some programs that are going to be kind of related to domestic violence, but administered by the court with the post-McGirt. And so Indian Country is overall just against domestic violence and want to promote that program and end domestic violence in Indian Country.
Good deal. And domestic violence also includes victim advocacy, core advocacy, housing and utility assistance, batterers and intervention, community outreach, referral assistance, shelter placement. We also have that emergency shelter available, sexual assault advocacy, and our victim advocate, Terry Stone, out there doing a great job as always. And so kudos there. And then also the 24-hour crisis line for our domestic violence program, 405-382-3762 if you are in need or have any questions, feel free to give them a phone call as well. So
yeah, and they are very dedicated to that service. Last night, after the reports that the tornado was close to the mission, Terry called to check to see if her office was well. I was okay too. So, but and that just shows that level of dedication, which we're proud to have.
And so, speaking of the tornado, any reports of any government offices or tribal offices being damaged at all that you know of so far?
Not that I'm aware of. Kind of toward some of the area, toward the mission, some tree damage, report of a water well that had been damaged. And so our program will be going out to check on them to see if they need water service reestablished. And so that just shows how our ARPA dollars and the existing program can respond to these types of disasters.
And also with all the flooding that's been going on too, that can cause some havoc on some septic tanks and septic issues. And so all that can also maybe be covered by this ARPA funding.
That's correct. There's a little more flexibility with the ARPA dollars than with the existing program, and so it's just a good, I'm proud that we developed that and our general counsel for passing that so that we can get that service to our tribal members.
Good deal. And then also I've got a note on here, talk about the Veterans Center.
So our Veterans Center, it's the building itself is completed. Some of the amenities that we want to add with the ARPA dollars is a kind of a memorial garden, green space park, and develop that. But there will be a soft opening at the end of the month. The grand opening will be determined at a later date, but we do want to get that functional so that we're ensuring our veterans can receive those services that are needed.
I had the opportunity to walk through yesterday, and I was very impressed. It looked great, and I enjoyed the wide open views. The windows opened it up a lot. Mm-hmm. Nice building out there, and I'm sure our veterans will surely enjoy the camaraderie they'll be able to have and share and hang out.
And that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a place for our veterans to be able to gather and enjoy that camaraderie, receive services, and anything else that they need. The facility will be available to rent, to host a variety of events, whether it's a family reunion or a class reunion or anything like that. It's going to be good for the Seminole Nation to have that open.
Good deal. All right, Assistant Chief, anything else you'd like to go over with us?
No, it's as you mentioned earlier, we had the service for our former chief and able to be there and listen to all the speakers and enjoyed what everybody had to say about him. And the thing that I took away from the most was that personal experience everybody had with him. And even with all of his success and accomplishments, he was still humble. He was a true native son, a true warrior. When you think of modern day native warriors, he epitomizes that, being a state legislator and actually being able to advocate and change laws. But what stood out the most for me was his dedication to his children. Yep. Above all of his accomplishments and everything else, at the end of the day, he was a father, a grandfather, and to me, that's what stood out. And so it was nice to be able to celebrate his life in that manner, because everything that he done was larger than life. I mean, all his art and world renowned. So it was a beautiful day.
Yeah, as we were walking around the Veterans Center yesterday, it seemed like his art was almost in every room that we went and visited. Mm-hmm. And they had mentioned and talked about the first female warrior that he had painted, and
right.
That print is in the Veterans Center as well.
Yeah,
and so
and a lot of his compositions, I mean, it balances that emotion but that spiritual world so well. What he was able to accomplish with his hands painting me and you, it's something we could probably only accomplish in our dreams. But he was able to paint that emotion and capture that, and I think that's why everybody was so drawn to his work, is because you can feel, you can be in that moment.
It is a good day. It is sad that we have to come together in a situation like that, but I'm glad that everyone was able to honor his life the way that took place on Saturday and on Friday as well. But just remember the family. I'm sure it's going to be a tough adjustment for the family.
It's true. It's true.
All right, Mado Chief. Anything else?
I think that wraps it up.
All right. Well, that gives us about 5 minutes to get through some more announcements.
All right. I'm going to step away. I appreciate it.
Mado,
Thank you.
Mado, Assistant Chief. Again, that's Assistant Chief of the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, Brian Thomas Palmer, coming in with some updates. And so we're going to go ahead and kind of get through some of these other announcements here. The Slim Summer Challenge has begun, and it will end at the end of June. And we have the flyer here, and so I am enrolled in that. Mark is enrolled, but Delaney is not. And so I guess either me or Mark's going to win that one this time, Delaney.
All right.
Then the Native Women's Health 5K on May 14th in downtown Seminole. Registration is still open online. The flyer is on Facebook. And then the Senior Games will be held May 27th for any Native American adult over the age of 55. Lunch will be provided for all those who participate in the games. The flyer will be on the Community and Events Facebook page today. And again, that's the Ajolagi Pride. What else we have, Delaney? Oh yeah, if you're graduating the spring, college, high school, middle school, trade school, nursing, etc., that you're proud of, please submit a photo of your graduate, some short info like your name, school, major if applicable, and then a brief message. If you'd like to send it to seminolemedia@gmail.com by May the 11th with my graduate in the subject line. And yes, you can send your own. If you're graduating and you don't think no one's going to send it on your behalf, send it yourself so we can give you proper kudos. All right. And then a quick did you know from the Historic Preservation Office today. Delaney, you want to do the music for us today instead of Dennis?
I still didn't learn. I'd rather have
okay.
professional do it.
We'll go ahead and have the professional do it. Did you know, Delaney Pennock, in 1905, the Seminole, Cherokee, Muskogee, Choctaw, and Chickasaw nations came together and brought the idea of the state of Sequoia. This would have made Indian Territory, or modern-day eastern Oklahoma, fully operated by the 5 tribes.
Interesting.
Did you know?
Guess like I
Oh, yeah. Then that concludes. Again, that's a shout-out to our Seminole Nation Historic Preservation Department. That Did You Know fact brought to you by Mr. Jake Tiger.
Mado GKJ.
Hello.
We also have some news from ICWA.
Any service member, we heard directly from Rex yesterday. This is a call. Any service member with an honorable discharge. The Honor Guard needs some help, Rex said. And give him a phone call if you'd be interested in helping out. You can call Rex but I never got his number. What's Rex's number, Mark?
405
220 5342. Again, any service member with an honorable discharge. The Honor Guard needs some help, and so give Rex a call. And also, the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma Veterans Committee is looking for names and information, documentation of service members that served since World War II to the Seminole Nation Veterans Affairs Department. You can email flalexander@yml.com, and they'd like to have that information by May 15th if possible. Here's your ICWA.
Oh, we still?
Yep.
11. All right, ICWA. Foster parents needed. You can make a difference in a Seminole child's life. So give them a call at 405-257-9038.
Good deal. And then also, if you're looking for a job, make sure you go check out sno-nsn.gov. Seminole Nation SINDOC.casino if you're looking for a casino job, or if you're looking to work for SINDOC, go to SINDOC.applicantpro.com. Those jobs are readily available. And then also community news in Kanawha. Talk about it, a party. Friday, May 6th, the end of school bash from 6 to 9 at the Kanawha High School parking lot. And then also we talked about the revival at Wewoka Indian Baptist Church. But then also there is a Unite the People campaign kickoff in support of Anastasia A. Pittman, a candidate for the County Commissioner District 1, Thursday, May 5th, 2022 from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in Oklahoma City. The public is invited, and I believe that will go up on the Community and Events Facebook page as well. And then let's see, what else do we have here? Mushball tournament next week. Make sure you're checking that out. Free Dental Day in the city, May 13th, 6800 South Western Avenue in Oklahoma City. No appointment needed. Fundraiser for Henson Lena. Make sure you give them a call. There's 4 chances to win, and we will be posting that as well on the Seminole Nation Community and Events Facebook page. Delaney, do you have them birthdays?
I got them, as always. Let's give a shout out to Danielle Harjo, Chris Jones, Scott Roberts, Crystal Wynn, Paul Williams, Vanessa Tiger, Ayani TB, Jordan Tallamassie, Mike Harjo, Chinhichlinita Fatskit Fully Owagachas.
And then there's also 2 more. My daughter turned 12 years old today, Mika FULTZ. Happy birthday. And then also the lady that raised me all my adult life, Nellie Roberts. Happy birthday. It's crazy that her birthday and then my daughter's birthday, same week.
Wow.
I know, that's a lot of birthdays, a lot of birthday cakes. So you can catch the rebroadcast of the radio show on the Facebook page, YouTube, and the tribal website, sno-nsn.gov, for the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma every Wednesday around 8 p.m. If you have news or announcements you want to share on the Community and Events Facebook page, please email the communications staff at seminolemedia@gmail.com or call 405-652-7251. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, tune in every Tuesday. I slurred that. Hang on. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. right here on KWSH. Hang on, let me say that again. And as always, tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. right here on KWSH 97.7 FM or the legendary 1260 a.m. for producer Mark Williams, engineer Dennis Burton.
I'm Delaney Pennock.
I'm Jeremy FULTZ. We'll see you next week. Mado.
Ciao.